delivering value with integrity, exploring great books worldwide. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Do you know which book has the highest print volume in the world? Bingo! That's the Bible! In the acting world, there's a similar legendary book featured in Stephen Chow's classic movie, The King of Comedy. In that film, Stephen Chow's character uses this book to dominate his craft. Today, we're gonna dive into this book called An Actor Prepares. This acting Bible was written by Constantin Stanislavski, the most renowned master in theater history. You might not recognize his name, but for drama students, it's practically holy. This legend started performing at 14, played 106 roles, directed 85 plays, and founded the Moscow Art Theater. Fun fact: that theater's as old as Peking University, over a century. In his later years, he developed an entire performance system that's still shaping actors today. This wasn't just some theory. It's a complete system covering acting, directing, and drama education. His system became one of the 3 major acting methods worldwide. The method. Nearly every famous actor you know has been influenced by Stanislavski's legacy. The book contains 470,000 words across 16 chapters. Honestly, I initially thought it'd be some boring textbook. But surprise, it's actually an engaging diary-style novel. To make it relatable, Stanislavski created a fictional Russian student named Nazvanov. This stenographer turned actor documents his journey learning from mentor Torstov at drama school. The whole book is basically his classroom notes. Through these pages, we'll answer some fundamental questions. First, what exactly is professional acting? Is it really that hard? Second question, how do you evaluate if an actor's performance is good? How do those seasoned veteran actors we often mention develop their craft? Third question, what's going through an actor's mind during performance? What thoughts are racing through their heads? Let's break down these 3 questions one by one. First, after watching so many movies, who can actually define what acting really is? The author gives a simple answer using painting as an analogy for better understanding. In painting, the artist is creator. Brushes, paint are tools, and the painting is the artwork. Clear distinctions. But acting's different. The actor is simultaneously creator, tool, and artwork. One person embodies all 3 inseparable roles in performance art. Another difference, viewing time, flexibility. You can spend hours or seconds on a painting, but with performances you need at least 90 minutes to understand the story and conflicts. Lastly, an actor's actions only exist when witnessed by audience. The very purpose of performance is to be seen even by just one viewer. Therefore, performance is a synthesis of time and space art requiring both dimensions. It needs physical space, like stage, and time duration, like 90-minute play. The actor serves as creator, tool, and creation, completed by audience witnessing. Now let's dig deeper into the fundamental meaning of performance art. This brings us to the core purpose of acting as an art form. Stanislavski believed actors must create a character's inner life and communicate it artistically on stage. What does this actually mean? Simply put, acting reveals humanity's spiritual world, our desires, dreams, and emotions. The most compelling performances resonate through shared human experiences. Every physical action serves this ultimate goal of emotional connection. The only way to achieve this complete immersion in the character's psyche. Hence the name, method acting, requiring total emotional identification. Actors train by imagining they are the character during rehearsals. I am this person, creating psychological fusion with the role. That extreme immersion can backfire dangerously. Like Vivian Leigh, who struggled for years after playing Blanche in The Streetcar Named Desire. So you tell me, is professional acting easy? Casual role-playing in daily life differs completely from professional acting. Let's examine the three major global acting methodologies. Beyond method acting, we have traditional opera style and expressionism. Chinese audiences know traditional opera best through Peking opera legends like Mei Lanfan. In opera, audiences appreciate stylized movements rather than literal realism. Performers master four core skills: singing, speech, dance acting, and combat. Audience applauds for technical mastery marks successful performances. Now, let's discuss expressionism. What exactly is it? We need to understand the difference between method acting and expressionism. Method actors typically pretend the audience doesn't exist during performances, what we call public solitude. Imagine being a method actor. You live within an imaginary fourth wall separating you from viewers. Expressionists break this fourth wall, constantly reminding audiences they're watching a performance. Like Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, playing the president while directly addressing viewers through camera. Now that we understand acting fundamentals, let's address quality assessment. The author describes poor acting as stage craftsmanship, technically correct, but soulless. This refers to standardized performances, mimicking emotional surface traits. Crying for sadness, smiling for joy, slapping someone for anger, obvious cliches. Like many idol actors' performances that feel unnatural and uncomfortable to watch. Their stiff imitation without true emotional understanding leads to wooden performances. Poker-faced performers can't even be bothered to imitate emotions properly. Those seemingly natural performances require years of rigorous training. So how do actors actually train? Let's break it down. First lesson. Learn to be nervous, not anxious, but hyper-focused on stage. This means maintaining absolute concentration regardless of audience size or distractions. Next, paradox. Learn to relax while staying mentally engaged. Physical relaxation with mental intensity allows authentic emotional expression. Third crucial skill, developing emotional memory bank. Actors must catalog life, observations, how blind people walk, how deaf communicate, etc. Most importantly, recording personal emotional experiences. What does real heartbreak feel like? How does true anger manifest? One actor friend described physically painful heartache during breakup, not just emotional. My actual heart hurt, she said, mentally noting the sensation for future roles. This authentic pain replaced cliched, crying, jerky movements she used to perform. The book details numerous such training methods forming its core content. Due to time constraints, let's explore one fundamental method called purposeful what if. What exactly is this purposeful what if technique? Imagine our stenographer's classroom. The teacher asks a student to simply sit on stage with no context. The girl freezes, not knowing how to perform such basic action meaningfully. Breaking the awkwardness, the teacher demonstrates. Sitting casually, yet purposefully. Students become captivated by her every subtle movement and expression. The secret, every action had underlying motivation, smiling at recalling the girl's nervousness. How to create purposeful actions. The teacher assigns new task, lighting a stove. When the stenographer realizes he lacks matches, the teacher offers imaginary ones. Would Hamlet need real sword to kill the king? Emphasizing belief in fictional reality. This explains why drama schools use objectless acting exercises extensively. By imagining scenarios, holding matches, facing marital conflict, encountering aliens, actors develop authentic reactions. Now that we've covered identifying performance, quality, and actor training methods, let's explore the third question. What's happening in an actor's mind during performance? Imagine this scene. An actor sits on sofa, gets up to pour wine in kitchen, then returns to dining table conversation. Using our purposeful action principle, let's analyze motivations. Maybe he sits exhausted, then discovers unexpected guests prompting wine pouring to relax or hide something. Returning to table could mean wanting guests to leave or gathering information. Connecting these physical movements forms what the book calls internal action line. The parallel internal process is termed psychological motivation trajectory, combining desires, objectives, and thoughts. This internal trajectory has 3 dimensions. 1. Emotional arc, for example, calm, sorrow, anger, joy, transitions. 2. Volitional drive, character's goal progression, like career, advancement, and life milestones. 3. Intellectual thread, logical reasoning, like Detective Conan's crime-solving deductions. A fully developed character operates through 3 parallel psychological threads on stage. They must simultaneously think, desire, and emote to create authentic humanity. Stanislavski categorized actors into 3 types based on dominant psychological drivers. 1 intellectual type excels at philosophical reasoning and complex dialogue delivery. Perfect for roles like Hamlet, who constantly wrestle with existential questions. Shen Daoming exemplifies this type. See his roles in Fortress Besieged or Kangxi Empire. 2. Volitional type. Action-driven performers who fully embody characters' desires. Sun Li dominates historical dramas through sheer determination, like in Empresses in the Palace. 3. Emotional type. Masters of heightened sensitivity and dramatic expression. Zufan's heartbreaking mother role in Aftershock showcase this emotional intensity. Next time, discussing acting chops. Wow, friends, with this professional classification system. So what mental state do actors achieve during performance? Great actors essentially become Gemini twins, maintaining split consciousness throughout performances. They fully immerse in character while simultaneously monitoring technical execution as performers. This duality creates what Stanislavski termed internal stage self-awareness. Unlike everyday self-reflection, theatrical awareness thrives on audience energy exchange. Thousands of beating hearts synchronizing with performers create electrifying artistic symbiosis. Saturday comedy shows prove this. Relax audiences, feel actors' improvisational brilliance. That's why sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory use live studio audiences. Home with Kids similarly leveraged crowd reactions for authentic comedy timing. Final thoughts on Stephen Chow's revered acting Bible. This diary novel hybrid serves as practical training manual, revealing key insights. One, acting synthesizes time-space where performer becomes creator, tool, and creation simultaneously. 2. Professional acting follows 3 global systems we've discussed. This book's author established the method acting system. Most realist works employ this performance approach. Actors divide into artists and craftsmen. True artistry merges performer with character. Poor performances merely imitate emotional surface traits. Achieving excellence requires years of dedicated training, like methods outlined here. The book focuses on these professional training techniques. Today we covered the foundational magic if technique. This method trains actors to maintain logical purpose in every staged action. We also explored 3 psychological actor types: intellectual, volitional, and emotional.
Actual performance demands mental duality. Immersion plus technical monitoring.
Next time you watch theater or film, apply these principles to appreciate the craft. That's all for now. Join us next time for more insights.